Hello everybody, Skyrim here, back again with another Diablo Immortal video. Jumping straight into it, as you can see, I finally took the plunge. And took a chance. Very, very apprehensive about the whole ordeal, but I managed to survive. I switched to Druid, and it has been a breath of fresh air. I am enjoying my time with it, and I'll explain why in a little bit here. But first, let's talk about how I've gotten essences in a short span of time. I don't have that many to show for it, but this is my method of how I approach things and getting them very, very quickly. Of course, as you can see, the fractured plane, from what I heard, is also a point of contention for being bugged out, so be very, very careful, mind you. But I managed to do the 2 runs for the event that is in here. If you didn't already notice it already, I did 2 full runs. 2 full 12 floors. This is the old way. We don't have the hell or normal difficulty nonsense. I like the just straight up 12 floors and you know, you're good. Instead of monsters randomly spawning on top of your face like in those 2 modes, because I do feel like those are buggy still. But I like the old school version, so to speak, of it. Got all the things. Enjoyed my learning of the class in doing so, however. The first one here is what we get usually when we first switch to the class, so that's pretty much straightforward, and I got to try that one out first. I chose to try this one out first, and it felt okay, and I like it. I like the werewolf form so far. I've been having a lot of fun with it. This is the vast majority of the essences that I have unlocked currently, so that's why I'm running werewolf. And I just want to continue to learn as I go with it, and I'm having a good time. And that's the key thing and this is one of the big things I will be constantly, hopefully, coming back around to over and over again, is to play the game to have fun, because it's a game, and that's the whole point in this. And that's why I've taken the break the mold, break the mindset mentality when it comes to this, and I'll get to more in depth in that here very shortly. The next one was a werebear. I haven't used this. I didn't try this build out yet, but this one here, pure summon build. This one surprised me when I went in with it, and in the first floor of the fractured plane, it was just cleaning up very, very easily, and it felt very impactful. So I'm liking this. I can't wait till I actually unlock these essences to use them all on Druid right now and see how that pans out, because that felt pretty good, and I had a lot of fun with that one. So anyway, and some of the essences there. But why did I do Fractured Plane? Of course, and this is what I use to unlock essences very, very quickly in a short span of time by the chests that you get as rewards at the end. So I got some fair amount of essences that way, and then I moved on to Survivor's Bane here because, fortunately enough, it worked for me. I know some people were still bugged out, which is unfortunate because it is in the monthly event center, and I made use of it here. Got all the things done, and I got a lot of scrap, mind you, and I also got a lot of legendaries along the way in that one too. Which brings me to
legendary weapons.
My mastery level. As you can see, it is still only at 1. I only got a handful of duplicates so far, so I have a long way to go on this. However, there is a short list, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long. This is what I managed to do in just, under half a day. Well, since I switched to Druid, it's been half a day, real time. In-game time, even less than that, obviously. So not too shabby for popping these out really, really quickly and making a little bit of progress here. I got a fair amount of these because I did select a lot of these in the... Oh, and the other thing that I made use of, in the unlocking of the essences was the Fang and Talon right here. I saved all this stuff for when I was going to bite the bullet and switch to Druid, which I did, and I made the selections here as well. So that's where I got a lot of that stuff. I managed to get transmog, of which is what I'm running currently. Big fan of it. I like skulls, obviously, so here we go. Skulls, skulls, and skulls. Yeah, and like I said, I got the Diablo fight done for the weapon transmog, which I do like that one also. So there is that. That is my progress with Druid. Now, one last thing of safety note that I have noticed, like I said, in the Blizzard forums, They said that they switched from Druid to Necro and they lost a rank 4 or 5-star gem in the process. Now, that could very well have been in their inventory. That happens sometimes, so they might hopefully find that, or it will be in their, well, I'd say if it was in their bag, they probably would have found it. But nonetheless, my safety net, whenever I go and switch back, I am going to, and this is what I did immediately upon changing to Druid, I put my duplicate gear into my stash here as a precautionary measure, and also just to have them in case something does happen, again, to that gear, said gear. And also, since they mentioned that in a recent forum post, in that forum thread, that same forum thread about gear getting deleted, they mentioned that in there as just literally changing from Druid to a different class. I'm like, oh boy, here we go, another one, right? So what I'm going to do is whenever I go and change classes, I will pop out all of my runes and gems just to be safe, right? If the gear, something happens to the gear ranks, that's going to kind of suck, yes, but hopefully not. But the runes and gems are much, much more harder to get back on a loss until hopefully Blizzard and NetEase can finally get up off their asses and turn this thing around for everybody and fix the ongoing issue. I can't believe they let this thing go on for as long as it has with still no proper wording on it. It's honestly very, very... I mean, I know everybody's got their schedules. They're on the weekend, the holidays, so on and so forth, but come on, this should be like top priority. There's got to be somebody putting in the extra hours to get this sorted out some way, somehow, soon. Yeah, it's still kind of mind-boggling to me in that regard. But speaking of, again, the mentality of this, I'm enjoying it for what it is. I'm having fun with it, and that's the key thing to take away from all of this. Have fun with it. Put your ego at the door. Yeah, we'll work out the damage numbers and all that kind of stuff throughout, as we go further in. We're only a couple days since it was released. Relax. Things are rolling out, like I said, as far as that goes for a lot of the guys that had early access in the partner program, as you've probably already seen. So, hey, have at those to your heart's content, mind you, yes. But as far as I'm going, I'm just working with what I got as I get it, playing the game, learning the class, seeing what I like, seeing what feels good, and like I said, I'm having fun with it so far. And that's the most important thing in games today. Please, whatever it is, whatever game you're playing, if you're having, make sure you're having fun with it. If it ever gets to the point where you're not, put it down, pick something else up, whatever, and then come back to it and see if that change, it's a literal change of mind. So, but anyway, yep, I survived. Hopefully, and I got to switch back here for tomorrow for Rite of Exile and so on and so forth, that kind of thing. So, but for right now, I'm trying to make the most of it. I'm going to go continue to unlock some more essences and then put together some builds of my own and see if they coincide with the other ones that are already out there, of course. But anyway, let me know what you think about everything discussed here. And let me know what your approach has been to all of this so far. Have you enjoyed the Druid class, of course? And I don't know. Maybe I just hope I gave everybody something to think about a little bit more in depth and a little outside the box from the usual. But anyway, until next time, everybody, stay safe out there in the real world. And far as always, take care of yourselves as best you can, one day at a time. It's all we can do. Until next time, see ya.